Hey 7th graders, Mr. Chamberlain back for lesson number 2 for the week of April 27th, 2020. So for this lesson we're going to take a look at the natural resources and the development of the continent of Africa. As we looked at last week, Africa has widespread poverty. People live in areas with low life expectancies, poor paying jobs, high unemployment rates, no medical care, and so on. However, Africa is one of the continents with the most natural resources available. They have very valuable natural resources like petroleum or oil, gold, diamonds, precious gemstones like sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. They have natural gas deposits. Some of their rivers have dams on them for hydroelectric power. They have other minerals and other resources that are of value like chromium, bauxite, uranium, iron ore, copper, and platinum. These are all valuable materials that countries around the world are willing to pay a lot of money for, and they use them for many different things. However, Africa still has a lot of poverty. Why is this? Why does a continent with so many resources have such widespread poverty? And it comes down to a couple different things. First of all, corruption in the government. A lot of these governments are led by corrupt leaders, and a lot of the money doesn't make it to the people. As you watched in the Sudan video for lesson number 1, they have a lot of oil in South Sudan, and they say like $4 billion worth of oil are in the hands of just a few people. It doesn't make it out to the general public or the majority of the population. Next, greedy corporations. A lot of the mines that control the gold and diamonds were in places like South Africa are controlled by wealthy corporations or even European corporations where the money does not go to the people. And a lot of countries have elites who are hugging the wealth, and so they're not sharing the wealth with people as well. And then you have wars and conflict, which also leads to poverty. Now, one of the resources that I want to focus on are the diamonds in Africa. So we talked last week about how some stolen diamonds or diamonds in the black market are being used to fund civil wars in Africa. Diamonds have a lot of use. So when I think of a diamond, or you think of a diamond, probably think of diamond jewelry. You're getting your hope-to-be fiance a diamond ring or diamond earrings, or maybe you have a cool grill that's blinged out in diamonds. Well, diamonds also have a value in the industrial world. Because diamond is the hardest natural substance on Earth, it's used in things like saws and drills and grinding tools. Now these don't look like the diamonds in diamond rings. They have a different use, and in order for a diamond to look like it does in jewelry, it has to be cut and polished and finished to look like that. They don't come out of the ground looking like that. But a lot of other industrialized countries buy the industrialized diamonds for their power tools and things like that. All right, so let's talk about the development of the continent of Africa. As we know, there are a lot of rural areas that are not very developed in Africa. People living in mud huts, no running water, no access to proper sanitation facilities like we discussed last week. Many people are moving to major cities for hopes of a better standard of living. So they're hoping to get a better paying job and better housing and better health care and electricity and all those things that we would consider people with higher standard of living to have. However, when they get there, it's not always their dream come true. Cities are now overcrowded. Cities have a lot of homeless population. There is a lot high unemployment in many cities in Africa as well, because you have all these people moving to the cities for better standards of living. Okay, so let's talk about your assignment for this second lesson. The first assignment is you're going to be taking a look at a PDF file that's an economic resource map of Africa. Now, when you open up that file, I would encourage you to zoom it in or magnify it a couple of times. So you should find a little plus sign on the computer screen. You hit that 2, maybe 3 times. It'll enlarge the map, and you'll be able to see it very clearly then. If you leave it the way it is, it might be a little difficult to see some of the different things. Now make sure you use the key. The key will have the symbols, it will have the different patterns and what they represent. You're going to use that economic resource map to complete a 10-question Google form quiz. All multiple choice this time. All the answers you can figure out by using the economic resource map. The other assignment that's going to be part of assignment number 2 is something called EdPuzzle. So you're going to get a link on the Google Classroom that's going to take you to a different website called EdPuzzle. And I've selected a video about resources and development in Africa. And it's a 3-minute and 10-second video, so it's not very long. And you're going to watch it. And as you watch it, it's going to stop at different points that I've selected, and it's going to put up a multiple choice question for you to answer. So you'll click just to the right of the video, it'll give you the question, it'll give you the options, and it will also keep track of, I think there's 5 questions, how many you got right and how many you got wrong, and whether you watch the whole video, and if you watch the video multiple times. All that will be reported back to me so I can check your progress. And I'll be able to provide you feedback. You'll know if you got the question right or wrong as you do it as well. So you can kind of keep track of your own learning as well. Are you grasping the concepts that are being presented to you in the video? So 2 short assignments for lesson number 2. You have the 10-question Google form. You have the 5-question EdPuzzle video. And if you have any difficulties, it's our first time trying it, so let me know if you have any difficulties with EdPuzzle. There should be a link right on the Google Classroom. You click on it, it'll take you right there. You're already registered and everything ready to go. Make sure it does ask you to log in with your Google account. Use your school account and password. We will have our office hours Monday at 2 o'clock and Friday at 10 o'clock. If you have any questions, feel free to pop in. I spoke more to the Google Classroom, the Google Meets with the last video, so make sure you check that out. And I hope you guys are doing well. Take care.